Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Edu Program. I'm Shrimati Anita Algonde, your English subject teacher with you to teach you English. Today I'm presenting here second part of Father Returning Home. In this part I am representing you here figures of speech. So in the first part we have seen the meaning of the poem Father Returning Home by Dilip Chitre. And in this part, I am explaining to you about figures of speech. Now see here figures of speech. My father travels on the late evening train. This is alliteration. Alliteration means when in the poetic line, two words or more than two words start with or begin with same sound or same letter, then it is called alliteration. Here two words travels and train, both words begin with a T. जेव्हा कवितेच्या ओळीमध्ये दोन किंवा दोन पेक्षा जास्त शब्द हे एकाच उच्चाराने किंवा एकाच मुळाक्षराने सुरू होतात तेव्हा त्याला अलिटरेशन असं म्हणतात. Here in the second line, standing among silent commuters in the yellow light, it is again alliteration. Standing and silent, both word begins with or start with same letter, and S letter is sounded here. Suburb slides past his unseeing eyes. Again, suburb slides, S letter is sounded repeatedly, so it is alliteration. Except that transferred epithet is also there. Means from father to eyes. The poet has transformed to see unseeing eyes from father to unseen eyes. फादर हा शब्द वापरायच्या ऐवजी न पाहणारे डोळे अशा ठिकाणी या शब्दावर त्यांनी काय केलेलं आहे, हा शब्द वापरलेला आहे की फादर हा शब्द वापरायच्या ऐवजी, म्हणून याला आपण म्हणतो की ट्रान्सफर एफिथेट. ट्रान्सफर एफिथेट मीन्स ॲडजेक्टिव्ह. ट्रान्सफर म्हणजे की एक ट्रान्सफर करणे, जे एखाद्याची क्वालिटी विशेषण दुसऱ्याला ट्रान्सफर करणं, याला आपण काय म्हणतो ट्रान्सफर एफिथेट असं म्हणत असतो. या ठिकाणी अनसीइंग आईज, दिस इज व्हॉट दॅट फादर्स आईज ट्रान्सफर टू व्हॉट दॅट हिअर. Paradox is used here. Paradox again here means the eyes can see but here he is using the word unseeing eyes, so that's why this is a paradox. डोळे हे पाहतात पण इथे डोळे पाहत नाहीत असं म्हटलेलं आहे. सो contrast ideas are used in this line, so this is a paradox. Then his shirt and pants are soggy and his black raincoat stained with mud and his bag stuffed with books. The metaphor is used here. Metaphor, what is that? Raincoat, this word is suggesting here rainy days. So that's why it is a metaphor. Rupak alankar ahe ya ठिकाणी की indirect comparison between there is a word that rain, instead of to say rain he has used the word raincoat here. Repetition and as well as his, these words are repeated here in this line. So and this word and his, this word is repeated. So that's why this is a repetition. Alliteration, shirt, soggy, bag, books. So again you see here that shirt and soggy, these this word begin with a S, and bag and book, this word begin with a B. So here in this line S and S means stained and stuff. Again it is begin with a S. So in this line stain and stuff and bag and books. So S and B letter is sounded here. And in the first line S letter means shirt and soggy. So alliteration is there. If we think about and separately about this line. Now if we started thinking about together about this line, you will find here climax. दोन्हीही ओळींचा एकत्र विचार करायला गेला तर आपल्याला या ठिकाणी क्लायमॅक्स दिसेल. कसं काय क्लायमॅक्स आहे? क्लायमॅक्स मीन्स दॅट आयडियाज आर अरेंज्ड इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर, की जो कल्पनेचा जो रचनाक्रम असतो तो चढत्या क्रमाने असतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल सी हिअर द शर्ट अँड पॅन्ट्स आर सॉगी, म्हणजे की शर्ट पॅन्ट भिजलेले होते and his black raincoat stain, की रेनकोट जो होता तो चिखलानी त्याच्यावर डाग पडलेले होते आणि त्यांची बॅग ही बुक्सनी भरलेली होती. So this is a description is there, and it is continuous description, and ideas are arranged in this line. So that's why this is an what climax. His eyes dimmed by age fade homeward through the humid monsoon night. The metaphor eyes dimmed, it is a metaphor. This is a fade to homeward indirectly compared to weariness, dimmed eyes. So it is what that compared to the weariness. Then transferred epithet, humid is monsoon actually, or the weather, but here it transferred to the night. So the humid word, it is a transfer to the night, so that's why this is a word that transfer epithet. But the humid usually you find मान्सून. मान्सून हा ओलसर आर्द्रतायुक्त असतो, पण इथं आर्द्रतायुक्त रात्र असं म्हटलंय. Alliteration is here. Alliteration, what is there? Homeward, it begins with H. Humid, it is begin with H. His, this word is also begin with H. So that's why H letter is sounded repeatedly in this line. So it create a kind of a rhythm. So it is a alliteration. Alliteration also create a kind of a rhythm when the word begin with the same letter. की एकाच अध्यक्षराने जेव्हा शब्दाची सुरुवात होती तर तो एक प्रकारचा काय करतो ताल निर्माण करत असतो. Now the next, now I can see him getting off the train like a word dropped from a long sentence. So like, how is the father getting down from the train? Like a word dropped. एखादा शब्द सेंटेन्स मधनं खाली पडावा तसं आहे ते उतरतात. It is a simile. Simile is here is a word that comparison. Comparison means here directly is compared to the word dropped from the line. So the word dropped. So the father's getting down from the train just like a word drop. So the when we compare a thing with the another thing, so we use usually like, such as such a word. He hurries across the length of the grey platform. The metaphor grey platform is compared with father's old age. It is again comparing what that father's old age. It is not the platform really, railway platform, but it is father's age. Alliteration is here. Alliteration of what? He hurries. Okay, it created sound, that rhythm. He hurries. So the H is this letter. It sounded repeatedly. So that's why this is what alliteration. Crosses the railway line, enters the lane. Again, alliteration is here. Alliteration is what there L. So the L, what that line and lane, both word begin with a L. Crosses the railway line, enters the lane. Line and lane, this word, okay, created it. So this word letter begin with the same letter, so it sounded L, so that's why this is alliteration. His chappals are sticky with the mud, but he hurries onward. Alliteration is here again. His and he hurries. So this is what H is sounded, this letter is sounded here repeatedly in this line. So that's why this is what alliteration. Home again, I see him drinking weak tea. Again, it is what alliteration here. See that? What is that? H. Home. Okay. Him. So H, both words begin with a H. This letter is sounded repeatedly. Then transfer epithet is there. Transfer epithet. What is transfer epithet is here? Weak. This adjective passed to T. Actually, weak. This is we find that weakness in person. But weak, or the instead of the word to use here cold, the word is used here weak. And this weak, the adjective is passed to T. The human beings, usually we add this adjective to human being, but it is added to the word here T. It is added to the word T. So that's why this is what that you can say that transfer epithet. Now, eating a stale chapati, reading a book, it's a synecdoche. Synecdoche. Chapati, it is representing food. Synecdoche means what there? When a part is representing whole or the whole is representing part. जेव्हा एखादा छोटा भाग पूर्ण गोष्टीला प्रेझेंट करतो किंवा एखादी पूर्ण गोष्ट छोट्या गोष्टीला रिप्रेझेंट करते त्याला आपण सिनेक्डकी असं म्हणत असतो. So here chapati, it's a part, it is representing here whole, means it is representing here whole meal. सगळं जेवण रिप्रेझेंट करत आहे त्या ठिकाणी. म्हणजे स्टील चपाती म्हणजे शिळं जेवण असं म्हणायचं आहे कवीला या ठिकाणी. He goes into the toilet to contemplate and man's estrangement from a man-made world. Alliteration is here. M, this letter is sounded repeatedly. Man's and man-made. You can't say that this is repetition because man's, it is apostrophe yes, and this is man. It's a plain man. So you can't say that it is, what do you say there? Repetition, but it is alliteration. Why? M, it begins with a M. And man-made. Alliteration is sounded here. The synecdoche is there. Man-made world, it is representing social attachment. So that's why this is what synecdoche, man-made world. It is, so it is the whole world is representing here the surrounding of the person or the social attachment. Coming out the trembles at the sink. The cold water running over his brown hands. Now again here transfer epithet. Brown hand is representing here skin color of father. Brown hand, it is representing here skin color of father. Okay, so this is what that transfer epithet. A few droplets cling to the graying hair on his wrist. A few droplets cling to graying hair on his wrist. It is again synecdoche. Graying hair representing old age of father. Okay. So see that synecdoche, that you can see that 3 times is here, or synecdoche, you can find that a part representing whole or the whole representing a part. Here, whole representing again part, and here a part representing here whole. And again in this line, if you say that a part is representing whole, means graying hair, पिकलेले केस, हे age, old age represent करत आहेत. Then alliteration is here. Alliteration is what? Yeah, hair and his. These both words begin with H. Okay. These are the figures of speech that we are seeing from the father returning home. His sullen children have often refused to share jokes and secrets with him. Alliteration, S, this letter is sounded repeatedly. Then where? Sullen and share. Huh? Okay, so if we think about in both line, then sullen, share, secret. If we're thinking about this only single line, sullen, share, the alliteration is here. Then again, synecdoche is there. What the lives of his children, generation gap is representing here. So, okay, jokes and secret with him. His sullen children have often refused to share jokes and secret with him. Okay, so it is, you can say that generation gap or the lack of communication. He will now go to sleep, listening to the static on the radio, dreaming of his ancestors and grandchildren, thinking of nomads entering a continent through a narrow. Now here, static, this sound of radio is sound imitation. Okay, so static, it is what? Sound of radio, it is a sound imitation. So this is used in this line. If you observe these lines carefully, one more, you can say that figure of speech you will find here, climax is there. See, listening to static on the radio, dreaming of his ancestors and grandchildren, thinking of nomads entering subcontinent through a narrow. So here a climax is there. Climax means here that ideas are arranged. Ideas are arranged in ascending manner. जे कल्पना या ज्या काही आहेत चढत्या क्रमाने मांडलेल्या आहेत की रेडिओ ऐकतात, स्वप्न बघतात, पूर्वजांविषयी विचार करतात, त्यांच्या नातवंडांची स्वप्न बघतात आणि विचार करत आहेत की एखाद्या स्वतःला ते एखाद्या स्ट्रेंजर अनोळखी माणसासारखं त्यांना स्वतःला वाटतंय, असं इथं सजेशन आहे. किंवा की नवीन घराचं सुद्धा ते स्वप्न पाहतात, म्हणजे एका छोट्या जागेतून मोठ्या जागेकडे जायचं त्यांचं स्वप्न हे इथं स्पष्ट होतं. So this is the climax in this 3 line you can see there. So these are the figures of speech used in this poem. I have explained to you here. So thank you, dear student. Thank you, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe my channel. I will be with you with a new topic. Thank you very much.